Could the sweeteners in your favorite diet soda be hiding a sinister secret? Yes, you heard that right. We're about to delve into a topic that has sparked debates, fueled controversies, and raised more than a few eyebrows over the years. The subject at hand? Artificial sweeteners. These zero-calorie substitutes for sugar have been a staple in our diets for decades. They're in everything from our morning cups of coffee to our late-night dessert indulgences. But the question we're asking today is this: are these sweeteners as harmless as they're made out to be? Now, before we dive into the heart of the matter, let's set the stage a bit. Imagine you're at a grocery store, standing in the beverage aisle. On one side, you've got your regular sodas, packed with sugar and all the calories that come with it. On the other side, you've got your diet sodas, boasting 0 calories and a promise of guilt-free enjoyment. It seems like an easy choice, doesn't it? But is it really? This is where the controversy begins. Over the years, numerous studies have been conducted on artificial sweeteners and their potential link to a range of health concerns. The most alarming of these concerns? Cancer. That's right. The C word has been thrown into the mix, causing a wave of skepticism and fear about the safety of these sweeteners. So, what's the truth? Are these studies accurate? Are we unwittingly putting ourselves at risk every time we reach for that diet soda? To get to the bottom of this, we need to understand what artificial sweeteners are. These are substances used to sweeten food and drinks without adding calories. They're much sweeter than sugar, so only a tiny amount is needed. Some of the most common types include aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin. Now here's where things get interesting. Despite the concerns raised, these sweeteners are regulated by food safety authorities worldwide. They undergo rigorous testing before they can be used in our food and drinks. So, how do we reconcile this with the studies suggesting a link to cancer? Well, it's a bit of a tangled web. The research findings on artificial sweeteners are, frankly, a mixed bag. Some studies suggest a potential risk, while others find no link at all. This disparity has led to confusion and a lot of misinformation. So, where does the scientific community stand on this? The consensus is that, at the levels consumed in the human diet, artificial sweeteners are safe. However, it's important to note that this doesn't mean they're risk-free. Like anything we consume, moderation is key. So, what's the takeaway here? Well, the jury is still out on the long-term effects of artificial sweeteners. While the current scientific consensus is that they're safe at the levels we typically consume, it's crucial to make informed choices about what we put into our bodies. This is a complex issue, and it's important to stay informed. So, we encourage you to dig deeper, ask questions, and make the choices that are right for you. After all, your health is in your hands. So, are artificial sweeteners a cancer conspiracy? The answer isn't as clear-cut as we'd like. But one thing's for sure, this is a topic that deserves our attention. Stay tuned to unearth the truth behind artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners, a common ingredient in diet drinks, have been the subject of controversy for years. These calorie-free substances, designed to mimic the taste of sugar without the associated calories, have become a staple in the modern diet. They're in everything from diet sodas to sugar-free desserts, offering a sweet taste without the guilt of added sugars. But in recent years, these sweeteners have come under scrutiny. A wave of skepticism has swept over the general public, spurred on by a slew of studies and headlines claiming a potential link between artificial sweeteners and cancer. These headlines have sparked fear and confusion, leading many to question the safety of these common food additives. The controversy surrounding artificial sweeteners isn't new. In fact, it's been brewing for decades. The first artificial sweetener, saccharin, was discovered in the late 19th century, and by the mid-20th century, it was already mired in controversy. Early laboratory studies in rodents suggested that high doses of saccharin might increase the risk of bladder cancer, leading to widespread public concern. Since then, many other artificial sweeteners have entered the market, each with its own set of concerns. Aspartame, sucralose, acesulfame potassium, and others have all been subject to scrutiny, with various studies suggesting potential health risks. But the question remains, are these studies conclusive? Do they provide enough evidence to warrant the fear and skepticism surrounding artificial sweeteners? The problem is that the science isn't black and white. For every study suggesting a link between artificial sweeteners and cancer, there's another that finds no such link. These conflicting findings have only fueled the controversy, leaving the general public unsure of what to believe. Moreover, the regulation of artificial sweeteners is a complex process that further complicates the issue. In many countries, including the United States, artificial sweeteners must undergo rigorous testing and approval by the Food and Drug Administration before they can be used in food products. This process is designed to ensure the safety of these substances, but it's not without its flaws. For instance, testing often involves high doses of the sweetener, far more than a person would typically consume, which can skew the results. Furthermore, while these sweeteners are generally recognized as safe by the FDA, this doesn't mean they're risk-free. The FDA's approval simply signifies that the benefits of using the sweetener outweigh any potential risks, based on the current scientific evidence. But as new research emerges, this balance can shift, leading to changes in the FDA's stance and further fueling public uncertainty. In the midst of this controversy, it's important to remember that artificial sweeteners are just one piece of the dietary puzzle. While they may offer a calorie-free alternative to sugar, they're not a magic bullet for weight loss or health. A balanced diet, rich in whole foods and low in processed items, is still the best approach to maintaining good health. But are these sweeteners as harmful as they're made out to be? That's the question we'll be exploring in the following segments as we delve deeper into the science behind artificial sweeteners, the findings of key studies, and the current scientific consensus on their safety. So stay tuned as we unravel the truth behind the artificial sweetener controversy. Concerns have been raised about the safety of artificial sweeteners, with some studies suggesting a potential link to cancer. These sweeteners, found in countless products from diet sodas to low-calorie snacks, have been under scrutiny for decades. A number of research studies have suggested that these sugar substitutes may increase the risk of developing cancer, sparking fear and skepticism among the public. The controversy lies in the fact that for every study pointing to a potential risk, there seems to be another refuting it. This back and forth has created a cloud of uncertainty, leaving many people unsure about whether or not to consume products containing these sweeteners. Moreover, the question arises, if these sweeteners are potentially harmful, why are they still widely used in our food and drinks? The answer is complex and tied to issues of food industry regulation and the scientific process itself. However, the scientific community remains divided on this issue. Artificial sweeteners come in various forms, each regulated differently and with a unique set of research findings. Sucralose, aspartame, and saccharin, for instance, are three of the most common types. Each has undergone rigorous testing by food safety authorities worldwide. However, their approval doesn't come without controversy. Some studies have suggested a potential link between these sweeteners and health issues, including cancer. Yet, other research contradicts these findings, suggesting these sweeteners are safe for consumption. The difference often lies in the study design, the population studied, and the doses administered. It's important to note that regulatory bodies like the FDA, the European Food Safety Authority, and others base their approvals on comprehensive reviews of many studies and data sources. Yet the debate continues, fueled by new research and public skepticism. The key to understanding this controversy lies in the varied and often conflicting research findings. So, what does the current scientific consensus say about the safety of artificial sweeteners? Well, the truth is the waters are still a bit murky. On one hand, there are studies that suggest certain artificial sweeteners might have a link to health issues, including cancer. But it's important to remember that these studies often involve extremely high doses of sweeteners, far more than any human could reasonably consume. On the other hand, many health organizations, like the World Health Organization and the American Cancer Society, have deemed these sweeteners safe for consumption in moderation. They point to numerous studies that show no concrete link between artificial sweeteners and cancer in humans. It's a complex issue, with a lot of research still being conducted. But for now, the key takeaway is this: moderation is key. Most health experts agree that when used sparingly, artificial sweeteners can be a part of a healthy diet. While concerns persist, the consensus is that moderate consumption of artificial sweeteners is safe for most people. In conclusion, the debate over artificial sweeteners continues, with no definitive answers. It's a topic that has been a hotbed of controversy, with numerous studies, public skepticism, and conflicting findings that make it a complex issue to untangle. We began this discussion by introducing the controversy surrounding artificial sweeteners and their potential link to cancer. It's no secret that the sweet taste of our favorite diet sodas and low-calorie snacks often comes from these sugar substitutes. But are they safe? Or are they concealing a darker truth? This is the question that has been at the heart of numerous debates, and despite the plethora of research conducted, it remains unanswered. We delved into the heart of the problem, bringing to light the concerns raised by various studies about the safety of these sweeteners. The skepticism is not unfounded. Some studies have indeed suggested a potential link between artificial sweeteners and health issues, including cancer. This has understandably led to a wave of public concern. After all, these sweeteners are in many of the foods and drinks we consume daily, but it's critical to remember that science is rarely black and white. For every study that suggests a potential risk, there's another that finds no substantial link. This is why it's essential to consider the full body of research rather than individual studies in isolation. And this is exactly what we did as we explored the different types of artificial sweeteners, their regulation, and the conflicting research findings. We learned that there are various types of artificial sweeteners, each with its own unique chemical structure. These include aspartame, saccharin, and sucralose, among others. Each of these sweeteners has undergone rigorous testing and regulation. In fact, they are some of the most thoroughly tested food ingredients in the world. Regulatory bodies like the FDA and the European Food Safety Authority have deemed them safe for consumption based on the available evidence. Yet the controversy persists, primarily due to conflicting research findings. Some studies have found a potential link between artificial sweeteners and health issues, including cancer. However, these studies often involve extremely high doses of sweeteners, far beyond what a typical human would consume. Moreover, many of these studies are conducted on animals, and the results may not translate directly to humans. On the flip side, many studies have found no significant link between artificial sweeteners and cancer. The American Cancer Society, for instance, states that there is no clear evidence to suggest that artificial sweeteners approved for use in the United States increase cancer risk. This brings us to the current scientific consensus on the safety of artificial sweeteners. Based on the available evidence, most health and regulatory bodies consider artificial sweeteners safe for consumption within the recommended daily limits. However, this doesn't mean they are entirely risk-free, and it certainly doesn't put an end to the debate. Like any other food ingredient, artificial sweeteners have their pros and cons. They can be a useful tool for weight management and diabetes control, but they are not a magic bullet. They should be used as part of a balanced diet, not as a substitute for a healthy lifestyle. As we navigate this complex issue, it's essential to remember that making informed choices about what we consume is crucial. We need to base our decisions on the best available evidence rather than fear or misconception, and we should always be open to new information as science is a continually evolving field. So, even as the debate over artificial sweeteners continues, let's remember to stay informed, stay curious, and always question. Because at the end of the day, our health is in our hands, and it's always important to make informed choices about what we consume. What are your thoughts on artificial sweeteners? Share in the comments below. We hope this journey through the sweet and at times bitter path of artificial sweeteners has enlightened you and perhaps sparked a curiosity about what we consume daily. It's fascinating, isn't it? How something as small and seemingly insignificant as a sweetener can stir up such a storm of controversy and debate. Now that we've explored the history, types, and the studies surrounding artificial sweeteners and their potential cancer link, it's time to pass the mic to you. We want to hear your voice. What do you think about artificial sweeteners? Do you believe they're safe? Or do you think they're a health hazard hiding in plain sight? Are you a fan of diet sodas? Or do you prefer the natural sweetness of sugar? It's crucial to have these conversations because it's through dialogue and the sharing of information that we can all become more informed consumers. So let's start a conversation right here. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, experiences, and opinions on artificial sweeteners. Do you have a personal story to share? Maybe you've switched from regular soda to diet soda and noticed a change in your health? Or perhaps you've been avoiding artificial sweeteners like the plague. Whatever your story or opinion is, we'd love to hear it. And if you know someone who might be interested in this topic, why not share this video with them? Let's spread the knowledge and make everyone aware of the potential implications of their dietary choices. If you found this video informative and helpful, give it a thumbs up. Your likes help us understand what content you find valuable, and it helps us create more of it. Now, if you're not a subscriber yet, it's high time to join our community. We regularly delve into health-related topics, breaking down complex issues into easily digestible information. We aim to provide you with the facts backed by research so you can make informed decisions about your health. By subscribing, you'll get notified whenever we upload a new video. That way you won't miss out on any of our content. We've got a lot more coming up, from exploring the latest health trends to debunking common health myths. So, hit that subscribe button and let's continue learning together. Engage with us, share your thoughts, and let's spark meaningful conversations around health and wellness. And don't forget to subscribe for more health-related content. Stay informed and stay healthy.